Your grip on his wrist tightens, enjoying just how utterly helpless he is beneath you. You lean down, bringing your face close to his. You can feel his ragged breaths against your skin, the heat of his body radiating through the damp cloth between you. It's a heady sensation, one that makes your heart pound even faster, if that's even possible. You hum, feigning contemplation as you gaze into his eyes. I think I have a suitable punishment in mind. His breath hitches at your proximity, his eyes widening as they meet yours. The closeness is intoxicating, his heart pounding from more than just the chase now. He swallows hard, his playful grin faltering for a heartbeat before he regains his composure. Sort of. His voice drops to a low, almost reverent whisper, all traces of mockery gone. Is that so? He tries to sound cocky, but his voice cracks. Let's hear it, then. You maintain your grip on his wrists, lowering yourself just enough to brush your lips against the shell of his ear, close enough to make him shiver. Then, with slow deliberation, you whisper, your sentence is, being this close forever. No escapes allowed. Before he can react or overthink it, you press a lingering kiss to the corner of his mouth, gentle but undeniable. When you pull back slightly, sand clinging to both of you and the waves crashing nearby as witnesses, you murmur, "And maybe no more stealing my drinks, or I'll have to punish you all over again." His eyes are wide when they meet yours, surprise and delight dancing in them like sunlight on water. A myriad of emotions flashes through his gaze as you deliver your punishment, with those tender words and gentle kiss. For a moment, he almost forgets about the chase and the sea and the wet sand plastered to his back. All that matters, all that exists, is the feeling of your body against his, skin on skin, as close as physically possible. His eyes search yours, drinking in your face with an intensity that borders on hunger. His voice comes out in a near whisper, more genuine than any act. Is that a threat or a promise? Davy's breath catches at your words, the usual mischief in his eyes softening into something warmer, more sincere. His wrists go slack in your grip, not a surrender, but an unspoken stay. A lifetime sentence with you? He tilts his chin up just enough to brush his lips against yours, quick as a stolen secret. I'd plead guilty on the spot. A rogue wave chooses that exact moment, soaking you both anew. He sputters a laugh against your mouth as seawater sloshes over his shoulders. Blimey, even the tide's rooting for us. Davy's laughter fades into a contented hum as he pulls you closer, heedless of the water or the sand or anything else. The salt spray clings to your skin like stardust, and for once, just once, he stops running long enough to savor it. His fingers twine with yours beneath the surf, his thumb tracing absent circles over your knuckles, as he gazes up at you like you hung every last one of those evening stars yourself. Reckon I could get used to losing, he murmurs, if this is the prize. The waves lap gently around you both now, the playful chase dissolved into quiet intimacy. Davy shifts beneath you, sand clinging to his damp shirt as he lifts a hand to tuck a wind-tossed strand of hair behind your ear. His touch lingers, a silent confession in the brush of fingertips. "Donna," he murmurs. Just your name, but it sounds like an entire love letter in his mouth. The tide pulls back with a sigh, leaving behind seashells and stillness, and the two of you tangled together where the ocean meets the shore. Somewhere down the beach, forgotten piña coladas melt slowly into sunset gold. The warm, golden light of the setting sun bathes the beach in a gentle glow, as if the world itself is wrapping around you like a soft blanket. Davy reaches to thread his fingers through the damp ends of your hair, tracing the salt and coated waves with all the reverence of an art appreciator admiring a masterpiece. "You know," he murmurs, voice low and quiet in the growing dark, "you're more beautiful than the whole bloody sunset." His eyes gleam with a mix of mischief and tenderness. His fingers still tangled in your hair, Davy suddenly grins, that impish, unstoppable spark flashing back to life. "Though if you tell anyone I said something that soppy," he adds with a theatrical whisper, "I'll deny it fiercely, and blame the sea air for addling my brain." A rogue seagull squawks overhead as if in agreement, making him laugh. The sound is bright and buoyant against the quieting waves. "See? Even the wildlife's conspiring to keep me humble." With a sudden, playful gasp, Davy points dramatically over your shoulder. "Donna! Is that Mickey Dolenz riding a dolphin?" The second you, predictably, glance away, he flips you both in the sand with surprising agility for someone so compact, landing atop you with a victorious "ha!" as sea foam glimmers in his ridiculous hair. Revenge, he declares between breathless giggles, is best served sandy. His nose scrunches as a clump of wet kelp plops onto his shoulder from somewhere above. Oof, and apparently seaweed flavored. He's about to lean down and kiss your indignant pout away when splash! Another wave soaks you both anew. Davy sighs melodramatically, seawater dripping from his eyelashes onto your cheeks. Bloody Pacific's jealous of us. You sputter as salt water rushes over your face, spluttering through laughter. You shove weakly at him, both of you covered in sand and salt and all the debris the sea can offer. You are incorrigible, you protest. You can't just turn a romantic moment into a sand fight. Your eyes glint with a mix of annoyance and amusement as he shakes his wet hair like a wet dog, spattering more cool water all over your face. Davy. Shh. Davy brings a finger to your lips with a grin that manages to be both charming and completely unapologetic. No more sappy romantic nonsense on the beach. There's a new rule in town, sand fights for sundown. Another wave soaks you both, but he pays it no mind, too busy peppering your face with kisses. And I'm afraid, my salty siren, you'll just have to get used to being ambushed. Davy suddenly gasps, eyes widening at something behind you. But this time, you don't fall for it. Instead, you seize the moment to flip him back into the shallows with a triumphant splash. Nice try, Jones, you crow as he resurfaces like a disgruntled merman. But I've learned your tricks. He spits out a mouthful of seawater and shakes his head like an otter before grinning up at you. Cheeky. All right then. In one swift motion, he hooks an ankle around yours and yanks, sending you both tumbling into the surf in a tangled heap of laughter and salt spray. Now we're even, he declares between breathless giggles, flicking a bit of seaweed onto your shoulder with great ceremony. Truce?